Hi, welcome to this video of PowerShell training. In this video, we will check how we can use PowerShell for Active Directory administration. Okay, for Active Directory administration, if you have to learn or practice PowerShell command or scripts, you will need Active Directory infrastructure. For this training purpose, I can build several VMs on virtual environment for the demonstration. But in order for you to practice the commands and how it works, to see how it works, I have found out a way which you can try. So in your browser, you go to this website labs.hol.vmware.com. So VMware is kind of providing various lab environments for different scenarios which we can leverage for our training and to try PowerShell commands. Now when you access this website first time, you have to log in with your email address, wherein you get activation code, and then you have to set up a password. So I have already registered myself on this website, and once you log in and when you have to try for the labs, what I suggest is you use in private window, so that the cookies and temporary files does not occupy much of the space on your computer. So once you log in to this HOL labs, what you have to do is you have to search for a lab called PowerCLI. Okay, then you should be able to see this lab, VMware vSphere Automation PowerCLI. Then you have to click on enroll, and then you have to click on start this lab. This will take you through a step wherein you have to test your browser. Either you can run the test or directly start the lab, but I strongly recommend that you run the test, let it get through, and see if there are any issues, compatibility issues with your browser or network connection. And once the test is completed, we can start the lab. Okay. When the lab is loaded, on the right side you see the lab manual or the lab guidance, wherein you get some predefined instructions how to use this lab or what steps you have to perform, since it is to explore the PowerCLI from VMware. So let's close it for now. Okay, this is how it looks. They have given us the lab computer, and we can use it for exploring PowerShell. Now this is a server operating system, and most of the things works pretty easily, but in your production environment you might have to set up few additional things. So let's discuss about them. So first of all, we will open the PowerShell IAC, not the Virtual Studio. I need to open the IAC console for PowerShell. Let me close this one. All right, let me just get rid of this one. Alright, so in order for us to test the PowerShell commands for Active Directory, there is a module called Active Directory which needs to be installed on your computer so that all the PowerShell commands related to AD can be executed. For this particular server, that module is already installed. Let's verify that. If I go to control panel, programs and features, and I click on add roles. So specifically I am looking for some features that are already installed on this server. So when you have to run the PowerShell command or PowerShell commands for Active Directory, basically you have to install this remote server administration tools feature, which is called RSAT. And in this feature, as you can see over here, the ADDS snappings and command line is already included. That's why we can already use the AD related commands. So in earlier versions of PowerShell, when there is a module installed, we had to use a command called import module in order to use the features, something like this one, and then the module name. But for the newer versions of PowerShell, it is not mandatory that we have to import every module. If the command is there, it will get automatically loaded, something like this one, get AD user. So this command is particularly for fetching the user information from Active Directory. So let's discuss, let's first see how the AD infrastructure looks like in this environment. I go to administrative tools and Active Directory, users and computers. So you get this lab which is set up very well by VMware. Here I already see a lot of users are there and computer objects, OUs and everything. Okay. So let's discuss about the PowerShell usage in Active Directory. So what all things we do in Active Directory with respect to PowerShell. So there are different kind of objects like users, then computers and groups. So most of the times you will find that you have to create some scripts either to fetch information related to users, computers or groups, or you have to do some modifications for these objects. So you just have to remember few commands like get AD user for fetching user related information, and in order to modify anything, set AD user. Okay. Then for computer objects, you can use get AD computer, and similarly in order to modify any objects with computers, you use the command set AD computer. Similarly for groups, you have to use get AD groups, and then set AD group. Alright, simple enough. The commands mentioned on left side to get any information related to users, computers and group, and to modify them you just use set AD user, set AD computer and set AD group. Now let's look at an example. If I just run get AD user, so you should never run this command without any parameters, because it will fetch the information of all users from your Active Directory. In production there could be thousands or millions of records. So although now it will ask for a filter similar to this one, wherein I can mention star to nothing to filter, it will give me all the list of users in the Active Directory. Let's say if I specifically have to search for this user, no crypto. So what we can do is we can mention the username over here. Let's mention that and try to run this. Alright, so this is how it looks. Now for get AD user command, if I search on the internet, let's try to open another window. And see the Microsoft documentation. So as you can see over here, there are various properties that can be fetched with the help of this command. Let's see. Yeah, over here. And the examples also. Okay. And let's see if there is some more help available. Alright. Let's see, get help for get AD user and online. And we check for online help. Oh, this site is okay. We are running through the lab computer and internet might not be available. So the thing I wanted to tell you is by default these are the properties that this AD user command will fetch, and there are a lot of other properties with respective to any user which can be fetched or pulled with the help of PowerShell. But what we have to do is we have to mention them separately. Let's say if I have to fetch the mail department, maybe. Yeah, let's try to run this and see. Is it run? Okay, get AD user, no crypto, mail, department. I don't see over here. Yeah, department is here. And let's try to see some more properties, like what else can be checked. Company. And then let's try to select, not select, let's run this and see how it works. Yeah, so if you have to pull additional information about any other properties related to get AD user, what you have to do is you have to pull that properties through another option which is available with this command called properties. Similarly, for get AD computer, let's see. Yeah. So these are the options available for get AD computer, or the properties that we can pull from the get AD computer command. So if you just mention property star, yeah, that is a good option over here. So we can see what all properties we can pull for this particular user. Let's try to run this one. Yeah. So as you can see on the screen, there are several properties associated with a particular user which can be acquired from this command, but you have to mention the switch properties and then mention the property name which you have to pull. So in upcoming videos we will see how we can utilize this lab environment once to try out some scripts, commands, or pull the information of users and modify them. Meanwhile, I recommend you to set up your account, access this lab, and try out these 3 or 6 commands on yourself to see how you work with Active Directory with the help of PowerShell. Thank you for watching this video. Have a good day.